The Simpsons has always pushed the envelope when it comes to jokes, content, and dark humor. Over the years, there have been numerous occasions where scenes, episodes, and characters may be viewed as stereotypes or just blatant racism. You be the judge as we look back on 10 racist moments The Simpsons wants you to forget. Before you watch, click subscribe. You'll join our notification squad and be the first to know of new Screen Rant content.
Yo, check this out. Black guys drive a car like this.
The use of, quote, black voice. For years, the world of Hollywood have understood the problems with using blackface in movies and television shows. But the same themes have only just begun to apply to a term known as black voice. The general term is used for any type of race, and The Simpsons has been accused of using black voice for years. Besides guest stars, the animated series features an all-white cast. Voice actors like Harry Shearer and Hank Azaria are known for playing characters like Dr. Hibbert, Homer's friend Karl, and Quickie Mart employee Apu. The voices these actors use often rely on weak stereotypes that come off as one-toned and racist interpretations of the culture they're trying to represent.
Hey guys, come on, shut up.
There's even a scene in the episode entitled Simpsons Tall Tales where Dr. Hibbert, voiced by a white male, sings the classic song Old Man River.
He just keeps rolling.
Which is about the troubles African Americans used to face. Voicing a cartoon character on a show like The Simpsons is going to be goofy and over the top. But when racial stereotypes are involved and the cast is all white, the use of black voice is clearly a problem. Through the years, The Simpsons should have adjusted the voice cast or removed characters so the problem wouldn't feel so relevant today.
The charity mailed me this video.
Blame It on Lisa. The title of a season 13 episode of The Simpsons may have been Blame It on Lisa, but a lot of blame was thrown around for the racist and stereotypical themes focused on Brazil in the episode. Homer and the rest of the Simpsons clan head to Brazil after an orphan Lisa sponsors has gone missing.
Now the monkeys cannot bite me. Uh-oh.
The portrayal of Brazil is quite bizarre, especially the scene showcasing the tourist town of Rio de Janeiro. People are kidnapped in the streets, crimes are committed constantly, and rats walk around like they own the place. The Simpsons airs in Brazil, and naturally a media firestorm was created just before the release in 2002. A lot of criticism was placed on the show, including a lot of cultural misconceptions and completely false stereotypes, including dances like the Macarena. The tourism board was so offended by the portrayal of Brazil and its citizens that they intended to sue the show for damages, but lawyers recommended dropping the case because of the First Amendment in the United States. Government leaders spoke out against the show and the episode's content that was so offensive to their communities. In the end, the episode aired and still airs in reruns with a warning screen from Fox before it plays.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. We hold these truths to be self-evident.
That all men are created equal.
That all men are created equal.
African promotions. When The Simpsons first premiered in 1989, it made shockwaves through America. The show was an instant hit, and many of the early episodes revolved around the crude-talking Bart Simpson. Bart Simpson was not only the anchor of the show, but he became the main merchandise seller and the mascot for tons of bootleg merchandise. Some of the oddest creations featured a black Bart Simpson in various t-shirt designs. Some of these designs featured Bart as a full African American, while others featured him in just blackface. Either way, the shirts were pretty offensive and can still be found for purchase online. While the Black Bart shirts were unofficial, there was an official Simpsons advertising campaign that took cultural appropriation to a whole new level. Just as The Simpsons were set to premiere in Africa, an image of the family was released featuring them all redesigned in traditional African garb. Lisa's hair was in beads, Marge's hair appeared black like a tall afro, and all of the characters wear traditional African clothing. Despite the advertisement, no changes were made to the actual show. The Simpsons kept their yellow skin and Marge reverted to her traditional blue hairstyle.
Isn't this that cartoon that causes seizures? Wow!
30 minutes over Tokyo. When The Simpsons go on vacation out of the United States, you can expect to see a lot of offensive and controversial moments. It's no different than with the season 10 episode entitled 30 Minutes Over Tokyo. On the show, the family travels to Japan where every single stereotype is showcased, made fun of, and repeated multiple times. The clothing, the pop culture connections, and the food are just a few examples of Japan being mocked on The Simpsons. The episode also features Homer constantly bowing and creating a disaster when it comes to many Japanese Japanese customs like sumo wrestling. The episode does have its fair share of funny moments, but there are many times where the Japanese culture is used at the expense of a laugh. Towards the end of the episode, the family ends up on a Japanese game show with some crazy challenges for them to compete in. In the end, Homer is the one trying to give the country a pep talk when it should be the other way around. With no subplots, the show is a constant barrage of jokes and serves as a reminder of the general lack of Asian characters used in the long history of programming.
Now we will cleanse your spirit by the ancient Inuit art of throat singing.
The Simpsons go to Alaska. Hopefully, the Simpsons have a travel rewards card, because they do an awful lot of traveling on the show. In multiple episodes and in The Simpsons Movie, the family finds themselves in Alaska, a U.S. state filled with numerous cultures and heritage. Along the way, Homer encounters an older native woman and proceeds to go back and forth with her as they both make noises. Homer's are random, while the ladies' are tribal chants.
How long are we doing this?
There are so many things wrong with the portrayal of the woman and the way people would view Alaskan culture. She has no teeth, a very deep voice, and was designed to look ugly. On top of all that, the animators decided to add a large chest to the character's body, as Homer simply refers to her as
Boob lady!
At the end of her appearance in The Simpsons Movie, she even pulls out a pipe to smoke, another general stereotype. Everything about the scene goes beyond general stereotyping, and many Alaskan natives have complained about the portrayal. With these scenes, viewers may get the wrong idea about Alaskan life or become confused about how they both look and act. In the end, the scene isn't even that funny and wasn't worth offending so many people over.
Oh, no more guilt!
Fox News fans. The Simpsons have been known for a ton of small gags, little moments, and blink or you'll miss 'em jokes. Through the years, we've seen a newspaper with the headline, "Today we remember Martin King Jr.," and a sub-headline which reads, "Tomorrow we don't." Another subtle joke that may have snuck by fans involved a 2010 episode of The Simpsons and a quick attack on Fox News. A Fox News helicopter flies towards the Statue of Liberty. How do you know it's Fox News? Because of the clear logo and slogan on the side. The slogan reads, "Not racist, but #1 with racists." The conservative news channel has drawn criticism over the years for their views when it comes to races in the United States. The Simpsons airs on Fox and is a part of the same company as Fox News, so the move was a little risky on the Simpsons side of things. The joke may have originally aired in 2010, but calling out the race issues on Fox News is even more relevant in today's society. With racist remarks from our own president,
Tweet what's deep in your heart.
The Simpsons showcased a dig about the viewers and supporters who also have racist views and biased opinions about certain cultures.
Want to be like the real UN? Or do you just want to squabble and waste time?
The Model UN. In recent years, cultural appropriation has been on the forefront of topics related to costumes, Halloween, and dressing up in general. We've now learned the difference between dressing up like a zombie and dressing up like a Native American for Halloween. Long before the message was spread around, The Simpsons had their own form of cultural appropriation in the episode entitled Das Boss. The children of Springfield Elementary all participate in a Model U.N Club. Each of the characters dresses up in a stereotypical outfit from the country they represent. While Lisa represents France and Bart represents Libya, Milhouse is dressed like a representative of Poland and delivers multiple Polish jokes to further emphasize the stereotype. To top it all off, Nelson represented Japan by dressing up as a samurai and shoves chopsticks up the nose of one of his classmates, a young white boy dressed as a Mexican mariachi band member. Like how Halloween costumes are scrutinized today, many people would criticize this whole scene if it was released during a current season of The Simpsons. The presence of culture appropriation has gone down in recent years, and media like The Simpsons can help eliminate it altogether.
Presto! You're part of the Underclown Railroad.
The color yellow. In 2010, The Simpsons decided to show their take on slavery. The ill-conceived idea tried to mix comedy with slavery and ended up just featuring some crazy ideas and offensive material. In the story, Lisa finds an old family diary detailing the family's slave ownership, living the South, and the travels through the Underground Railroad. The story presents the long-lost Simpsons relative as a hero to the slaves as she helped them navigate the railroad. In reality, many of these slaves struggled to escape and had to go out on their own with little help from the white population. On top of the offensive slave context that tries to wash over the harsh reality, the show tries to explain that one of the slaves is actually a relative on the Simpsons family tree, and characters all have a little African-American heritage in them. While something like this would be realistic and acceptable, the reactions of the Simpsons family enters some pretty offensive territory. Once finding out that they're black, Lisa explains,
That's why my jazz is so smooth.
Bart assumes it's why he's, quote, cool, and Homer states it must be the reason he gets paid less than his coworkers. These stereotypes of African Americans are essentially mocked by a family who may have yellow skin, but represent a nuclear white family.
And it's sparked a lot of conversation about what should be done with the character going forward.
Everything Apu. In recent years, a lot of attention has been brought to the character of Apu. Apu is the owner of the Quickie Mart and has been around since the very beginning of the show. The character has all of the stereotypes of a South Asian Indian, and one of the main problems people have the portrayal of him is the lack of change over the years. For the first 10 or more years of The Simpsons, much of America were only exposed to South Asian culture through Apu. His exaggerated accent, job, and extended last name were all mocked for jokes and continue to do so. The documentary, The Problem with Apu, addresses the character, stereotypes, and racism head-on. In 29 years, the character has changed, and it makes it hard for American perspectives to change on Indian characters and how they are portrayed on television. Even outside of TV and movies, Apu has influence on how South Americans are treated and viewed as by other cultures. All of the criticism of Apu has led to very little response from The Simpsons producers or creators, and it seems like nothing will change as The Simpsons prepares to head into their 30th season in the fall. Times change, and being aware of ignorance and racism can help everyone in society with acceptance, including The Simpsons.
Thank you for coming. I'll see you in hell.
Wow, what moment was the most racist? Should The Simpsons remove or change the Apu character? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to Screen Rant on YouTube so you can stay up to date with our awesome videos. Thanks for watching.